Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience analyzing modern hospitality operations and performance support, and I am absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to support your professional growth by exploring one of the absolute most critical elements of any successful luxury operation. We are talking about employee engagement. Let's dive right in. Here is a quick look at our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the core of engagement, move on to driving motivation and purpose, and then building trust through communication. From there, we'll cover empowerment as service excellence, authentic leadership and integrity, and we'll wrap it all up with sustaining retention and performance. Let's start with Section 1, the core of engagement, emotional and cognitive connections. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly do we mean by employee engagement? Well, it essentially reflects both the emotional and cognitive connection employees have with their work and with their organization. As future leaders, it's absolutely crucial that you understand this is a dual requirement. It's cognitive because, frankly, your staff has to intellectually understand their roles, your brand standards, and the hotel's overarching goals. But it's also deeply emotional. They have to genuinely care about those goals. Without both the head and the heart fully invested in the operation, true engagement simply doesn't exist. So what does this connection actually look like when you're standing on the floor of a world-class hotel? Well, engaged employees typically demonstrate three very distinct behaviors. First, an unwavering commitment to the brand. Second, discretionary effort. This means a concierge goes completely out of their way to secure a notoriously tough restaurant reservation for a guest without even being asked, simply because they want to. And third, immense pride in service delivery. They treat every single guest interaction as a direct reflection of their own personal professional standards. Moving on to Section 2, driving motivation and purpose, the pillars of a driven team. You know, motivation in hospitality doesn't just happen by accident. It is heavily influenced by four fundamental pillars. Meaningful work gives your staff a real sense of value. Recognition ensures their hard work is actually seen and appreciated. Growth opportunities show them a tangible future within the industry. And finally, supportive leadership provides the safety net and the guidance they need to truly excel. I highly encourage you to view these 4 points as your primary managerial toolkit. If your team is lacking motivation, I guarantee you one of these 4 pillars is missing from your operational strategy. Furthermore, and this is a really crucial operational insight, engagement increases significantly when employees understand how their specific, everyday roles contribute directly to guest satisfaction. It doesn't matter if an employee is at the front desk, greeting VIPs, or in the back of house managing revenue data or maintaining the facilities. They must have a clear line of sight to the guest experience. It's like a giant puzzle. When you connect their daily tasks to that broader picture of guest happiness, you organically boost their engagement and their sense of purpose. Section 3. Building trust through communication. The centrality of dialogue. Okay, so communication is absolutely central to engagement. To build trust and a genuine sense of inclusion within any high-performing hotel team, you've got to implement these 3 necessary steps. Step 1 is open dialogue. Communication has to flow in multiple directions, not just dictated top-down. Step 2 is regular updates. Keeping your team in the loop about hotel performance, VIP arrivals, or sudden operational changes completely removes uncertainty. And step 3 is opportunities for feedback. Your frontline staff, like housekeepers or line cooks, they are almost always going to spot operational bottlenecks long before management ever does. And the direct operational outcome of this communication strategy? It's profound. Employees who feel genuinely heard are far more likely to invest their vital energy and creativity into their roles. Think about that for a second. By simply listening actively and creating structured feedback loops, you, as a leader, unlock this incredible hidden reserve of energy and creative problem-solving from your staff. Trust is quite literally the currency of hospitality leadership. This brings us to Section 4, empowerment as service excellence, autonomy in action. Empowerment is a massive, massive driver of motivation. Delegating autonomy essentially does 3 things. First off, it gives employees real ownership over their workspace. Second, it enables immediate, on-the-spot responses to guest needs. For example, a front desk agent comping a breakfast to fix a minor issue right then and there, without having to awkwardly hunt down a manager. And third, this ability to independently resolve problems creates significantly greater job satisfaction for the employee themselves. It is a win for the guest, a win for the employee, and a huge win for the hotel. And this right here is exactly why hospitality leadership education, including the cutting-edge approaches you'll see from Europe Hotel School London, heavily emphasizes empowerment as a mandatory service excellence strategy. It's not just a nice progressive idea anymore, it is the absolute expectation in modern luxury operations.
Section 5. Authentic leadership and integrity, avoiding superficiality.
As you step into your future leadership roles, you have to be able to spot the contrast between superficial programs and genuine engagement. We've all seen superficial programs, right? Things like throwing a quick pizza party to boost morale while completely ignoring toxic work conditions. Those will absolutely fail because the underlying issues remain totally unresolved. On the flip side, genuine engagement arises from consistent leadership behavior and absolute organizational integrity. Your actions simply must match your words, day in and day out, no exceptions.
And finally, Section 6, sustaining retention and performance, the pinnacle of success. When you successfully build and sustain this level of engagement, the results are undeniable. Sustained engagement supports 3 massive, game-changing outcomes. First is retention. You keep your top talent and drastically reduce costly turnover. Second is performance. Your team operates at peak efficiency and naturally delivers that discretionary effort we talked about earlier. And third is brand reputation. Because your highly engaged employees are delivering flawless service, your guests leave glowing reviews, which directly elevates the hotel's standing in a very competitive market.
Ultimately, this is the summary of your grand goal as a modern hospitality leader. Hotels that cultivate genuine engagement create environments where employees truly thrive. You see, you're not just managing a building with rooms, you are cultivating a living, breathing ecosystem. When your staff thrives, your business thrives. It is a direct, unbreakable correlation.
We've covered a lot today. The core of engagement, the key drivers of motivation, the absolute necessity of communication, the power of empowerment, and the strict requirement of authenticity. Now, to conclude this phase of your online learning journey, I want to leave you with a provocative question to really think about. As future industry leaders, how will you cultivate an environment where your team genuinely thrives? Take these insights, apply them directly to your future luxury hospitality careers, and always lead with purpose. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer.